Domino. Oh, you show. Oh, yeah. You got quite a bit of Christmas. We'll say ornaments or figures, different. For real, quite from a different. I like it in here. And
Mm-hmm.
I forgot we do have Mrs. Claus on there because that's like really your first.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first picture we used to use. So
No, I got them on my where I got those pictures upsplash, unsplash, whatever it's called. But I got them on there, and people have downloaded the picture of them
yes,
and of my nutcracker.
okay,
And
okay.
then I wrote an article, like I was saying, for the nutcracker,
Mm-hmm.
so people would know the what the nutcracker actually stands for.
Where can they find your article
A medium,
on, like, if so they would go under
Diane Newbill.
Diane Newbill.
Yeah, a medium.
So Diane Newbill on Medium. If you want to view the pictures of the Nutcracker and I guess other pictures as well. But yep. Uh,
Yeah,
what else did you say was on? I'm sorry, I don't even want to put out a half link like that. So what did you say was on there again? Just so they know, Diane Newbill on Medium and
right. I have a lot of articles on there, but the one article I have on there is about the Nutcracker. I also have about the Grinch.
yes,
I have about the Christmas story, the True Christmas
yes,
on there.
okay,
But I have other articles too, not just Christmas. So
yes.
different holidays and
So the all around writer, like you write about whatever really, or
that's right.
okay, all
Look
right.
me up.
Well, we welcome you again to another Mom and I podcast with me and of course Mom. I should say Mom first and then I, so because you don't get to get her without or you don't get me without her. So, but y'all get it. But anyway, we
That's right.
we welcome you to another edition of what we should say our Christmas or holiday season time. Just what we want to share, how what we like about it, like our
Even our great memories, or even some of our saddest memories. But
yes. Unfortunately, if we have to, but yep, we we don't judge here. So I do. I thank you for tuning in. This is our Christmas again of 2024 with our special tribute to my father, my mother's husband, Clinton Thomas. This today or yesterday, I should say, marked our 6 year that he's been in the afterlife. But we get stronger every day. But we miss you. So
and we love you. And to him, he was Dad, and Clinton, and to me, he was Stuffy. You're my best friend.
yep. So we do. We thank you for tuning in, and that's our dedication for this episode. But in today's episode, I say we just want to share our Christmas festivities, the foods we might eat, the our biggest or like even Mom said, our most detrimental moment around Christmas, and just what we like about the holiday season. So don't plan on going anywhere where pretty much what you just probably what you would expect about where what we would say. So without further ado, I'll just to say I asked what Mom what do you
I,
would do
I would say that I would like to get the detrimental ones out the way first, so that, and that was just like you just mentioned that your dad, my husband, passed 6 years ago yesterday. And then three years ago on Christmas Day, my only brother James Donald Newbill, we lost him. But I know they're in a better place, even though it's hard for us here because we still love them and want them here. You know they're with the Maker, and they have peace, joy, no more pain and sorrow.
yes.
So
Yes, and if I wasn't clear on the date, we lost him on January 20. I'm sorry, December 21st, 2008, and
2018.
18. I'm sorry, messing up all the dates. 2018, and your brother, he passed away December 25th of, is it 2021?
Yes.
2021. So pretty recent for us all, for all those involved. So, but the special even dedication to him as well. So, but I would say that's probably as well my most detrimental memory. It's one of those things where if you have ever lost a parent, of course, is kind of earth shattering because you just have never lived in this world without them. So, of course, for that person to transition, you go through a lot of emotions, especially from seeing them at one time where they were lifelike and moved around to where you see them where they're like a stone, like you can't do anything to resuscitate, revive. So, but it's one of those things. I guess if you had a goldfish, you have to expect one day. I'm sorry, to maybe lose that, so that should in turn tell you that maybe life comes to an end. I mean, we watched Mufasa die on Lion King, but you still didn't think that your own Mufasa of your house could die too. So that's really how I feel. Every day that he's left, I really just always felt like Mufasa left I just feel like he has, yes, come and spoke to me in the fields a few times as well, but I miss him. So, but again, that's my most detrimental. I say memory around the holiday, like nothing else compares to it. Probably even if I got a lump of coal for Christmas one year, that wouldn't compare to, my father's death on the 21st of December 2018. So, yep.
Yeah, that's the Bible says that He makes all things new. So we know that He brings new life. We see death in that too. But since He's been gone, I have 3 new granddaughters, and I'm sure He's seeing them from, and they're all still part of Him. Because when I see them, I see Him.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
But on to even better things. When I think of, not saying that that's not better, but when I think of the Christmas memories that we had over all the years, from when you guys were really small all the way up, we were a close knit family, and we did a lot together. We enjoyed our holidays.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was good meals.
Yeah, I agree.
And he could make that fried rice and
Yes.
fried chicken. I mean, we had big meals, so it wasn't like, oh, that was it. But
Yes.
he made special dishes also besides our regular food, that we had.
He did. I remember at times even with where he's from, for Christmas we had like raccoon and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a rabbit. I've had that. Hey, So I've had deer. So no, mom's not really big on who she calls Bambi, but I have. So
Yeah, you had Rudolph.
yeah, unfortunately I did. I did. No, let me quit.
Even though he said, unfortunately, he said it was good, though.
Had him as a burger as well. So yeah, let me quit. I tease,
Well,
but
I used to make chitlins.
oh, really, really, ma.
I sure did. I remember I used to be mad though sometimes when he used to come home, when he used to get his bonus checks, and he come home with all those pills. Sometimes he might be 30 to 50
Yes.
pounds or something like that. And if you, but I would clean them. Don't
Yes.
smell good, but they sure taste good. With some hot sauce.
Yes. Yes.
Yep, and a lot of people be like chitlins. They might be saying that, but I'm saying, hey, I enjoyed every last taste, every forkful, whatever. I'm sorry, I did.
Yes. I second that. I did as well. So, yep. But yep, I feel you.
And he loved pecan pie. He used to even his sister and them used to make it for him and send it up here. We used to have pound cake,
Yes.
pumpkin pie. I love that, even though I know a lot of people like sweet potato
Sweet potato.
pie.
Yeah.
My mother used to make sweet potato pies, and as one guy used to say, he said it was so good it could curl your toes with it. But me, I like pumpkin pie. I used to eat the sweet potato pie, but I do like pumpkin pie better. That's my, I love pumpkin stuff though. I love pumpkin coffee, pumpkin cookies, muffins. Yeah, so probably because I love pumpkin like I do, that's why I like pumpkin pie.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, if I had to stay in the same category with you, food that I look for around that time, not saying because I said like not exceeding what you say because you're like, those are the foods that I'm having. Me, what I look for maybe that people bring out or even give out when I'm like, oh, it's around Christmas time. It's stuff with gingerbread in it, like gingerbread cookies, them chocolate Santa Clauses, and them candy canes with the M&Ms and the little kisses in it. The regular candy canes, I would say as well, and then the sugar cookies that people give out that'll be like the snowflake or like a Santa or a bell or something. Well, it's not. I'm not saying I like them, but that's what I look at where I know that people are like, oh, it's around holiday season. Some people would. They just be standing, just giving cookies away out of a big box, like.
Yeah, because some people, I remember even when I was smaller, the lady, the manager of one of the complexes we was at, she made y'all some Christmas cookies. Her name was Carolyn.
No, man. No, those cookies, they were special. They were special. They were unique. So.
Yeah, but the memories I have of even as a little girl, because my mother was a baker. I'll put it that way. My mother could make. She made her own homemade rolls, biscuits, any kind of cakes, pies, whatever. She made everything from scratch, and she could. I mean, she really could make that stuff like that. But we used to make sugar cookies. And well, she made biscuits on it too. We made sugar cookies and that for the Christmas tree, and we would because we would have the different cookie cutters and that to make the different shapes and stuff like that.
Yes.
And we would string them and put them on the tree. To have the different, some kind of way she knew she would use some kind of food coloring in that would make the sugar like on the cookies or whatever, different colors and that, where you could kind of dress it up and that.
Yes.
Yeah, so we used to do that. Of course, we used to make popcorn strings and then put that on the tree and that too. Gingerbread, because like I said, when she made all different kind of cookies, we would put them. She would make little gingerbread men, and we would put them on the tree like that too, and that.
Yes.
So our tree was like sweets.
Yes.
And of course, by Christmas time, you didn't really have any decorations left on there like that because we and the kids, we ate all that stuff over there. But yeah, but when we talk about food, that was.
Yes, the foods that y'all.
Mm-hmm.
And I see you already looked at basically the things that like the decorations as well. So.
Right. Now, one of the things I remember when I was a little girl, like I said, my mother baked and all that when she used to make her dressing.
Yes.
Well, she made the dressing where it had the homemade cornbread and the toast. So
Wow.
I was the one who made the toast. And I really thought I was doing something by making the toast, And I don't recall having a toaster then. I remember putting the bread in the pan and putting it in the oven. And after it toasts on one side, turning it over. And
wow.
you see like that, where you might put so many slices in at a time or whatever. Right. But I was the one who was in charge of making the toast for the dressing. And she would mix that with the cornbread and that and do her thing. And that dressing used to be on slap, as y'all say.
Really? That's funny.
It was really good. And I really thought I was doing something because I was contributing even at a young age, and my mother thought that was important.
Yes.
You know, that we learn how to do this. But anyway, I just remember making the toast, and she could make some good macaroni. Cheesy macaroni. I mean that. I can go on naming all the different foods.
Yes.
Hmm
Let's see. It's got me hungry right now. No, I'm just playing.
She used to make the yams, but she called them candy yams because they had the brown sugar and honey or whatever like that in them, whatever. But they taste candied like instead of just regular
Yes.
yams. Yep. She was. She was good.
I see. I see that. That sounds good. I mean, like I said, it makes me a little hungry.
Now, one of the things I remember too is not about food though; it's about decorating. My father, Prentice, stepfather, whatever. Every year when I watched, like if I watched a Christmas Story, you know, in the Christmas Story how they get the tree, and they bring it home. Every year, probably about 2 weeks before Christmas, on that Friday, he would come home from work and we all would get in the car and we go to the tree lot and we get to all pick out the tree. You know, so we would pick out the Christmas tree every single year. We did it. And it smelled so good. But anyway, when we got the tree home, you know, he place it where it goes, put some water in the thing or whatever, and he would string up the lights. And then we would have all these icicles, and he would make you separate all the little icicles. Don't try to put two on one branch. You are supposed to put one. He wants the whole tree with the icicles. You couldn't put nothing else on the tree. No other kind of decorations until all the icicles was on there like how he wanted.
Yes.
And then after that, like I said, we would have the cookies and different stuff like that put on there, and we'd have homemade stuff that we might have made from school and other ornaments and that, you know, regular ornaments and that.
Yes.
But that was one of the things I remember it because he was like in control of decorating the Christmas tree. And every year he took it on as his job to take us and we get all the decorations. We had to stop at the stores and get whatever and all that. But he was in charge of that. So I always looked at that as, you know, in my mind, I used to think of it as a man's thing to do because I was raised up that way where he did it, you see. Yeah.
Okay, see. You had some pretty fun memories. Well, I have to say my great memories of Christmas. I was an 80s baby, so of course I was more so into like figurines like G.I. Joe and Transformers and He-Man and countless other probably shows that I probably are not even processing at the moment. But my probably greatest one I can remember is whenever the Dreamcast came out. I remember that was like a 2-system Christmas. Yes, I sound like a spoiled kid just thinking about a game system, but it's really the truth. Around that time, I believe it was a game called like Shenmue that came out, and it was kind of, I think, like where a lot of games really went with the letting you build the story, make decisions, as well as building a character, giving them different variations of moves, even that based off of the decisions that you make. I believe that's one of my fondest because I could also remember around that time we just had, like how she said, good meals and everyone was happy. So really for me, Christmas has always been about just everybody being happy and enjoying each other, enjoying the family, and enjoying everyone that comes back or it comes around. The nature of people most of the time, because around this time, this is probably the only time you're going to see people have a good civility and humility about each other, where they'll look to try and give. Because to me, I don't really see the effort like is broad, like, because you just see random commercials of soup kitchens and people saying that they're feeding and it's like, I get it. I know that it happens every day. I ain't trying to overlook the soup kitchens or the homeless shelters that exist every day, but I just see where it's like it's that time of the year where people think that it's the most appropriate time You know, so
I agree, because even when I was in the JCs, and me and one of the ladies, we went, we put on Santa hats. We had people had donated some cookies, and we made cookies and that too. And we went to took some to the hospitals, to the fire department, and to the police stations because we know that they worked on Christmas Day and that they wouldn't be at home with their families or whatever like that. So yeah, so even like those people, like you said, homeless people and that, or even people who don't get a chance to spend the time with their families because they got to be at work, you know, and they're really trying to help us. So
yes.
hmm so I agree. And the sad part about it is though that people that will do it, even though you're happy that people do it around Christmas time, but it should be something that people should do all year. They don't understand, and the meaning behind that is not just giving that one day, but all year long having that heart to look out for the next person and having empathy, thinking about what if you was putting yourself in that person's place. What if you was in that situation? You want somebody to help you.
Yes.
You want somebody to care, and then you got some people who don't have anyone. Because they say that this time of the year is the most depressing time, even when it comes to suicides and stuff like that.
Yes.
You know, so.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So I do. I'm with you. That's why I say I like the good nature that normally comes from it, even if it prevents, even what you just spoke on, someone, you know, committing suicide. I do. I look for the greater nature and just the human nature. Like, I don't look at anything else really. So, because I just think that it speaks volumes just by what you would do for a person, you know, versus what you can say. Like I could say, hey, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, but when people go out and they, to me, even just give what you can. I'm not saying to go out and empty your home if you, but you know I try to. So if I can, I do. Like I don't just look for when the person is ringing the bell. You know, even though I still feel like they're good people too, because those people aren't getting paid. I mean, when you
No,
rung the
I
bell,
did. My mother did it for a few years for the Salvation Army, and then I did it. I did it one year. I did it. I stood up at Kroger's and I rung the bell. It actually feels good though when you stand up there, you give your time like that, and you see people putting in, and you know that this is for a good cause. You just hope that it's going where it's supposed to go. Let me say that, but you're doing it for a good cause because somebody needs something, you know. It's just like, for instance, when they even donate the coats or clothes and stuff during Christmas time, you can look in your closet. The average one of us, I can say, we can look in our closets and we can say how many pair of shoes we got, how many coats, how many clothes do we have that we never wear. And then you got some people that don't even have a pair of shoes or don't even have clothes to wear. This,
yes,
you see, and then it
yes,
makes you appreciate it. And that's the one thing that we have to do is be grateful and be thankful for what you have and for life. Even though your life might not be what you want it to be, but everybody is going through something. It's not just you. You see, and that
yes.
little saying, there was a person who said they wish they had some new shoes. He walked a little further and he saw somebody who said they wish they had some feet. And when you realize that, then you need to be grateful.
Yes,
Then you need to be grateful for what you have.
yes,
And this is the time of the year, even though we give gifts and stuff like that, even with our children and stuff, we have to let them know it's not always about getting. The Grinch tried to show us that, but most people don't see that in the cartoon. That when the Who's down in Whoville, when the Grinch had taken everything and he saw that they still were singing and that, because it wasn't about the toys, it wasn't about the food, it was the main thing, like you said, about the coming together.
yes,
You see, and most of us, we think that, and the average one of us as parents even, whatever we got our kids for last year, we trying to top that this year. Well, I can't get them that because I got them that last year. This and that, you see.
yes,
And so we make it even more commercialized too. Don't get me wrong. I think we should give
yes,
gifts,
yes.
but not to the point where, hey, next month you worrying about how to pay your bills.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You
true.
see?
We're American. We do have to worry about credit card debt. So
Yeah.
All of that is true. There's nothing that was told there. Like it's so much realism in that, especially with whatever anyone's dealing with. I don't even want to touch on the
Mm-hmm.
economy because I know that's a sensitive thing to some people. So
Yeah, my mother used to say, and I know it came from the Bible, where she said, "Hey, I'm borrowing from Peter to pay Paul." So we don't even want to have to be doing that, because God said He wants us to have abundance. And of course, like I have always told y'all, that abundance is not just talking about money; it's talking about, all the way around. Abundance in health, abundance in relationships, even a relationship with God, abundance in finance, but He wants you to have that abundant life.
yes,
And I want all of the abundance.
yes,
That's
amen.
right. I want it all. Everything that you want to give me, Lord, here I am. Give it to me.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I see. I would say we'll put you in the holiday spirit, but those are the things that I see that puts her in the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
So, yep.
Well, He is the reason for the season.
That's true. That's true. Well, my next question for you then is, if you had to choose, you don't have to have numbers or anything, but what shows or movies do you have to see that lets you know that it's either Christmas season or the holiday season or just I guess that season in general. And my holiday season, so people know, starts really I'd say October 16th, the second half of October all the way to now. So if it's movies even then or just you just want to talk about Christmas time cuz we here, you're cool, but what movies would you say that you need to see or that you must see around that time if you can that lets you know it's the holiday season.
Mm, I mean, I like a lot of love Hallmark movies, of course. There's one that has Danny Glover in it called The Christmas Train. Now, I
Okay.
love that. I watched that. But I would say Polar Express. I love that.
Okay.
I love that. Home Alone. Even
Okay.
though, yeah, I like Home Alone. It's funny. Of course, The Grinch, but I like the original Grinch.
Yes. The cartoon one.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I do like Scrooge, the one that has Jim Carrey in
Okay.
it. I really like that. I like Christmas with the Cranks.
Okay.
What's another one I like? Of course, I like Rudolph and Frosty.
Yes.
Yeah, Santa Claus is coming to town. I love all the old school ones, even though they all look the same. All the people in the stories, because the year without the Santa or whatever, they all look the same.
Yes. Yes. Yep. Well, me, it's funny you named a lot of movies I named. So I like The Grinch, Home Alone, Polar Express. I I only probably have a couple to really say that I would. Yeah, and you said Home Alone. So the one and these again are just movies that you might see on TV, something that you could catch. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you saying these are your top five. I'm just saying like these are movies that I see, and I'm like, it's holiday season. A Christmas Story and the Santa Claus with Tim Allen. I feel like he actually made a
Yeah,
pretty
that's
good
good. I
series.
should have
So
named that one and Jingle All the Way.
okay, and June see she made the list. Me, I only added two. So, but yep, I agree. When I see those movies, I pretty much know, And for the what I would say in my holiday season, if I had to extend beyond of course, for Halloween around that time, I must see, and I'm sorry, no, I'm an '80s kid, but I'm gonna go a little further back. I have to see the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, around Christmas time, only because of how much of the real. To me, I feel like Halloween was like that when I was a kid. We went out and we looked for the candy. And then some people will give you. It's not exactly a rock, but they give you that rice cake, and you like, why are you giving out a rice cake on Halloween? We looking for Milky
Well,
Ways.
look, back in my time, people would give you 2 pennies or a nickel in there.
What?
Yep, you would have that in your bag.
I guess it might be a little money, but
Now, you heard what I said, 2 pennies. Well, hey, you get enough people giving you something, you might end up with $1, but hey.
yes, it's yeah.
But I would say when you said that about Charlie Brown, that's one I forgot to put down was the Charlie Brown Christmas. Him with that little
Oh,
tree
right,
and all
yes.
that love that he had for it, even though that tree was hit at the time, but at the end they made it look like a tree.
Yes, that's a good honorable mention too. It is. I
Mhm.
forgot about it. Or now I won't say honorable mention, but a classic. You know,
Mhm.
it is. It's a one that again when you see it, you're like, it's the Christmas season. What else would What else would you expect? to
And
be coming up?
one thing that I do like about Charlie Brown, I have to say the whole series with it or whatever about Charlie Brown himself, that everybody can identify with Charlie Brown because everybody thinks they are him. You know, that he's always the one that why me, and we all feel like that.
Yes, that's true. That's true. At times in life we do.
Right. And Charlie Brown is that one where you be no matter what, even when things be looking good, it's all with him, you already know it is not getting ready to be that way.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Well, I would say those are the movies that, like when I'm in, when I'm just thinking about the next day, and it's during those days of October 15th through, I'd even really say me, I don't really get out of the holiday season of, like I said, of starting. I'm not saying I'm still in Halloween. I'm saying I start probably October 16th for Halloween, but I don't stop celebrating really to January 17th, somewhere in there. So,
And see, with me, I would say I start putting up my holiday. Already I put up my, like he said, Halloween stuff before Halloween, of course. But when I take down my Halloween stuff, then automatically I'm already in the Christmas season to put up all my Christmas stuff and that, so I can enjoy the season. It's not even all about. I love decorating, and I love it. To me, it gives your house a whole different atmosphere, and then you're outside, even your neighborhood. When you have all the neighbors even fixing up the same way too, it makes it
yes,
feel really, special.
yes.
So I love that too. But I was gonna say too, when you was talking about the things you watch, the cartoon that you and your sister used to love. I'm the Heat Miser and
Oh, a year without something. See, you had named it.
yeah, but
So,
I wanted you to tell them about Heat Miser and
oh, and they're like the Elemental. They two brothers. They, are the Heat Miser and is it the Cold Miser? I believe. I'm Mr. Snow, and
he's
Mr.
too much.
But is it the other one is Mr. 10 Below and Mr. 101 or something like that? So, yep, I love that
And their
cartoon.
mother is
Is Mother Nature.
yep.
Yep. She got him in line. She like, y'all ain't gonna get up here and embarrass me.
And if you ever watch the cartoon, because this is an old cartoon, you will see that out of those two brothers, the whole town looks like both of them. Everybody's face and all that is their faces.
That is true. That is true.
And I've never realized that till recently, though.
Really?
I never realized it until I think last year when we was doing the podcast, whatever. And I looked and I said, "Wow, that whole town, everybody got their faces. All the people look just like them."
Mm-hmm.
It remind me of what was it? Twas the Night Before Christmas or something like that with the mouse and all that and all that. Well, it's an old cartoon too. I don't know if you remember that.
I was about to say, I don't think I
But with that, all of them look the same too. All the people in the town.
Yes.
Yeah, but y'all used to be crazy about that.
Now, if you, again, with the same time period, from about October 15th to about whenever you do, and for those that don't know, for those that don't know, what she said about the Christmas decorations, what I was saying, like, I only have a tree up, so my tree comes down like around the first of the year. So she has lights and all those things, so she has a reason to go outside. I'm just putting that tree away, and it's over. But staying on topic from where I was going, what foods would you say did you either look for or consume from about, say, we'll say October to about January, where you're like, hey, again, it's either holidays, seasons, or just seasons greetings, or
Pumpkin. Pumpkin
okay.
spice. Things is got even like my coffee and that. But one thing I try to look for every year, and it's hard for me to find, is those snowball cookies. I made some last year. I found a recipe and made some from scratch, but you used to could find them in the store from Archway.
Yes.
I love those snowball cookies, but I can't find them. Yep, that's one of the things that I used to look forward to. And from even when y'all was small, I used to buy them every year. But
Yes.
yep, that's one thing I can't find. Is the snowball cookies. Of course, I like pumpkin pie, cranberry sauce. I'm a very big cranberry sauce person.
Okay.
I like stuffing if it's cooked right.
Okay.
I like fried chicken. And I like, or even with it being me, sometimes I might make a turkey, but I will also make a roasted chicken and put the chicken dressing inside of the chicken.
Yes.
So macaroni and cheese, greens, cornbread. I mean, I can keep on naming.
Yes. That sounds good. All the food you named sound
But I do
good.
love a lot of different kind of cookies during the holidays, even in the little cookie tins. You know, if you make them yourself and put them in there, or even if you buy them.
Yes.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. Like some sparkling.
Really?
Yeah.
Like the sparkling wine?
Yeah, some good wine or whatever. You like some champagne like wine, or I like that kind of stuff like that.
Yes. Okay.
Get some good wine.
Only thing I would probably add to, or not only thing, but the only things I could really add is she already named some of the same stuff, so I don't. I just had apple cider, and that's because, of course, around that time from again October 15th to about my January 17th, I feel like you get a lot of different snacks that's incorporated with things, even like how you said pumpkin and sweet potato and
Donuts.
cranberry. Yep, donuts. So I feel like that's probably, to me, the only drink that sometimes goes with every donut. So.
Oh, and I
to
like
me-
the ginger ale, those little flavored. I mean, you get sometimes
Oh yeah, yep. The ginger ale. That's right.
even the cran.
Yes. Yep. I see you. Yep. But
Mhm.
that's what I said. You named pretty much everything else. Now, I did one goofy search, I'd say, because at one time I just wanted to make sure the food that I was going to name was Christmas, because I remember you and Dad always having it, and it was cranberry sauce. But when I got on the page of food that was supposed to be like Christmas food, I was kind of shocked when I looked at one particular food, and it was pigs in a blanket. I didn't know that was considered a Christmas food. The pigs in a blanket just surprised me, because it's like I always thought that was more like a toddler food, but I didn't. So again, I'm not saying this like I know.
But that would be pretty neat, actually. I mean, even if you use a beef hot dog or you use a sausage, or you see, you don't necessarily have to just, you know what I'm saying, and wrap it. That actually sounds. That's a thought.
Yeah, I'm serious. If you, like I did, I just typed in holiday foods, Christmas foods, and it came up. That, of course, stuffing did turkey, ham.
They probably made that for the people who really don't know how to cook. So when you get ready to, like if you go to parties or something, you're supposed to bring something. All you gotta do is just buy you a can of that Pillsbury biscuits or whatever. wrap it around a hot dog or something, and boom, put it in the oven, and it's done.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
just was saying, probably for
Yes.
somebody who's not really one of those,
The cooking type.
yeah, one of those chefs. When we was talking about the drinks and that too, when I talked about my stepdad when we grew up, and that one time of the year he would let us have wine, and that was at Christmas. That was with Christmas dinner. We'd have a glass of wine, even as kids.
Yes.
And we thought that was so special because then well, don't get me wrong, it wasn't like no big glass, but it was like where you got to have a glass of wine. And back then you didn't have a lot of all that about the alcohol, this and that, like how today stuff is, because even back at that time, I could go to the store and buy my mother's cigarettes when I was 7, 8 years old. You see, so times was kind of different then. I'll put it that way.
The Mom and I podcast does not condone any type of hoodlery that you might have heard her actually been out here doing. We only drink grape juice when we are below age over here. So no, I can't.
No, but that's why you heard me say those times were different then. Now, in some cultures, in some lands, they still do, and they don't look at it that way. We're in America here, you have to be a certain age, 21, I guess. Is that what the age is?
Yeah, the
To
Mom and I
drink.
podcast still does not condone any type of again hooligan shenanigans that may have happened in the past. We are not endorsing that.
For all I know, ours could have not. Ours could have been the non-alcohol. You see what I'm saying?
I'm
I'm
really
just saying. But as a kid, you just remember that wine. It could have been non-alcohol wine.
Yes, I'm kidding. I'm just joking anyway. I am.
But in your mind as a kid, you just feel like I had wine.
That's true. You feel like them bubbles put you there.
Yeah.
Like
Because it probably, more than likely, probably was non-alcohol.
yeah. But I do. I think when you're a kid, you process the bubbles as that's that stuff, man. That's the
And then
the
if
real
you got
drink.
it in a special glass,
Yep.
what
Oh
it looks
yeah.
like.
It looked just like theirs too. Came in a bottle like theirs.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's wine. Now I'm about to go in here and cut up.
Yeah.
Act like I know what wine really be doing to y'all.
And that's why I said we probably had non-alcohol, but we thought it was. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, but that was, and they tricked us by telling you this one time of the year we'll let you have it.
Yep. Got you all amped up like, oh yeah. But like we putting them in the bed early tonight.
Oh yeah. Oh, I remember we used to do that. Yeah, I'm talking about like around Christmas, because the kids for Christmas Eve they just want to stay up instead of going to bed.
Yes.
And you know how y'all used to watch all the cartoons and that, and we used to make the cookies and all that, and that one year with Rudolph, y'all watched Rudolph and that, and I won't say which one of my kids, but one of my kids looked out the window and he saw a red light up there that, I believe it was an airplane, but he thought it was Rudolph leading Santa's sleigh. And, and when he told the rest of the kids that, I seen Rudolph, we better go to sleep else Santa won't come. All of them went to bed and all of them went to sleep. Oh, and I thought it was so cute because he really believed that was Rudolph.
See, when you believe, everyone who's a Polar Express fan, remember, you gotta be a believer. You can't be a doubter.
Don't be a doubter.
You can't be a doubter. But, yep. I remember that memory.
Oh, yeah, it was adorable. It really was.
Yep. And we believed. So, yep.
Yeah, it was so magical. One thing, even at me, in my 60s now, I would still say that Christmas to me is a magical time of the year. When you were a kid, even when that anticipation about under the tree and stuff like that, it made it where it was magical. But even in my life, all the years that I'm still here, it still is magical to me. I might not believe in some of the same things that a kid believes in or whatever, but it's just a magical time of the year to me, where people's hearts and all of that, and just the joy of the music. Because when you listen to all the different songs, I listen to a lot of the soulful Christmas, or I listen to the old school Christmas, and then some of the new or whatever. But even some of those old school ones with Michael Jackson and Smokey Robinson and all those people like that, it just brings back happy memories from the childhood and
Mm-hmm.
even from my marriage and even raising y'all up.
Yes. Okay. Well, if you had to say, since you touched on music, what songs, like just kind of going with the same flow I've been saying, what songs would you say that when you hear them, they say it's the holiday season? Like it's, I heard you name like Smokey Robinson and
Nat King Cole.
Nat King Cole. Okay.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, the Christmas song. Aaron Neville, even though you.
Bells will be ringing. I know what you're talking about.
Luther, he got his Christmas songs.
No.
Mariah Carey.
Okay.
I mean, there's so many.
Yes. I'm tasking you with, naming a certain
I
amount.
don't know who sings the Christmas. Christmas, just say Christmas without the one you love.
Yeah.
See, songs like that. Yep.
Now for me, I'm gonna go with, even though I don't know, I think it's Nate Dogg that's on the hook. Even though I'm a little bit more progressed. Santa Claus is Coming to the Ghetto. Even though I know that's a remake.
Oh, okay.
But yep, that.
I know the old one.
Yo, Luther, the same Luther, I believe. I ain't gonna say the same song, but it's a Luther song that I always hear, and it make me think of Christmas. Trying to think how it go.
It's Christmas.
I think that might be it. Yep, that. Now I know you most of the time you don't hear this on the radio, but me, I have it on my PlayStation 3. I uploaded a burnt CD I had back then. I'm sorry, of some music that had the Jackson 5 on it. So I have like I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus.
Oh
and stuff.
yeah, I actually have those still on LP.
Oh, okay. So you got the vinyl.
Yeah, I got the vinyl of all that stuff like that.
Okay. Yep. But that to me, that, and then if I had to say, I can't remember who sang it now. So, the Boys to Men, they have a pretty good little Christmas, At first, I had forgot who I was about to call them Drew Hill, but yep.
Now, if I listen to classical, I love Handel's Messiah.
Okay.
But it's quite long, but I love that.
Now I do like I don't know, does Vince Gerard, is he more jazz? Because to me, his Christmas is pretty good too. Vince Gerard.
And also Michael Bublé.
Okay.
Of course, I like all of his.
Yep.
When I hear his stuff like that, and then Sia has a beautiful Christmas, Christmas album.
Okay.
From last year. I don't know if she got one this year or not, but
yes.
Because I'm a Sia fan, even though I'm in my 60s. Yes, I love Sia.
I see. Yes, I love Sia.
Yeah, I love Sia, so I love her Christmas songs. And I be around the house.
Yes, dancing and singing to it. Huh?
Yeah, because her stuff is jolly. It makes you,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I think you've conquered all my questions that I've had. I don't think I have any more pertaining to the holidays. You gave me your biggest memories, and yeah. Yep. I can. Yeah, and you said what you like about so I guess that wraps up our edition of Christmas or holiday seasons. And again, holiday season for me start from October 16th all the way up to January 17th. But the holiday season of 2024 with Mom and I podcast. Mom, would you?
I'd like to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone who's listening, and also a Happy New Year's, 2025. I pray for blessings upon you and your family
Yes.
and a prosperous new year for everyone who's listening in
Yes.
every part of their life.
Yes. I agree. Amen to that.
Amen.
And you gotta again. We want to plug. You can find her writing again on Medium, Diane Newbill, and again, I'm gonna say Diane Newbill on Medium
And also on YouTube.
and on YouTube. So that's where you can find her. But again, we thank you for listening. Thank you for just even taking the time to look us up. Find us in 2024. We'll be looking to bring you more in 2025.
Yep.
So we thank you.
We will be there.
We will be there. Well, thank you again, and guys have a great one.